Bang, bang! What's going on, guys? You're tuned to another exciting edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. As always, I'm your host, Preston, joined by my host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're here to recap the Canelo fight, the Inoue fight, and of course, give you our best bets and predictions for Kambosos versus Lomachenko. Before we get into Kambosos Lomachenko, got to recap the weekend that was. We had an exciting pay-per-view main event and undercard, which thanks to Mario Barrios' face being one eye, was exciting enough. Recap of those fights, but we'll touch on first, of course, the fight that was Canelo Alvarez gets it done. Unfortunately for us, gets it done by decision, defeats Jaime Munguia. Oscar De La Hoya was on a rampage all week, talking trash about Canelo. Canelo seemed fired up for the fight. Fortunately, I don't want to say he coasted, but it definitely seemed like Canelo, once he knew he had built a big enough lead, kind of let the fight come as it will and won a decision. Post-fight, they talked about Benavidez. Benavidez was in the crowd, and Canelo said, as he previously said, it's about the money. We'll see if that's the fight. Berlanga wants the fight in September, which I think is ridiculous, but who knows? I'm sure we'll get a fight announcement sooner rather than later. Danny, thoughts on Canelo's performance and the fight as a whole?
Shout out to Winner Circle in the chat. Yeah, dude, Berlanga's desperate, bro. I don't blame him. Everybody's trying to get that payday. Everybody's trying to fight Canelo and fight the best, especially with the money though. But yeah, him and Caleb Plant got into it too. I like to see that fight too. But
yeah.
Canelo, I mean, he started a little slow. Munguia looked all right, good in the first couple of rounds. Won a couple of the first rounds. Then he got knocked down real bad with the nice uppercut by Canelo, like in the fourth, I think it was. Knocked him down. Dude, that shit was clean. And Munguia, even though he was buzzed and hurt, knocked down, like, he took it pretty well. And yeah, I do agree with you. Like, even though Canelo's performance was really good, like a lot of his counters were crispy. But it was against the guy that, he was in there to fight,
Yeah.
Not like these other guys running around. So we knew that was going to happen. But I think I got mixed feelings about it because I do think later on he did coast, like you said. Maybe because, okay, I don't want to hurt this kid too much. My fellow Mexican or whatever.
Yeah, that was the big thing, was the respect. He had respect
so
for him.
I think that was a part of it. And then I do think Munguia did, I think Munguia, he didn't eat all of them, but he did good to, withstand the punches. So I think even if Canelo, what's up, Dixon Sider? Even Canelo was going forward, trying to get the kill. Munguia was there, man. He was game for sure. Even though it was a clear Canelo win, good performance. But I obviously for our bet, we wanted him to finish. We thought we had him after that fourth round knockdown, but it is what it is. Good performance by Canelo.
Yeah, my big drawback was because I felt like he hit him pretty good to the body mid-round. I thought Munguia kind of tensed up, and he just stopped. Like, he didn't continue the body punches. That's what I was telling Jeff in the chat. I was like, for him to get him out of there, he's gonna have to hit him to the body. Because Munguia's taking these headshots.
Yeah,
he's got a chin. Day. He's just taking every punch to the head. And Munguia wasn't coming back with anything devastating to Canelo, so it's obvious he knew he was ahead, and he just didn't keep it going. Dixon in the chat saying people are saying Canelo took his foot off the gas because he felt bad because he saw a lot of himself in Munguia. Yeah, I won't discredit Munguia at all. I told Danny right before, I thought that was the best Munguia's ever looked. He looked quick. He looked fast. He was hitting Canelo enough, but the commentary was pretty on point. A lot of the punches were getting blocked when he was kind of trying to pin him to the corner and unload. That was the drawback I had, was I thought Canelo was going to try to counter a little more with bigger shots when Munguia was coming in headstrong, and unfortunately that did not happen. The knockdown was perfect, though. That was
Yeah.
that was the thing. I felt so good. I'll be honest. That knockdown happened in the first minute of the round. To the last like 30 seconds. Who knows? Maybe he does get it up.
Yeah. Fix your mic real quick, P.
Yeah, maybe he does get it up. But yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, after that knockdown in the fourth, like you could tell Munguia the next couple rounds, he's like, oh shit. So he wasn't like the first like 2-3 rounds. He was a little bit more passive, but then
Yeah,
he started picking up again. But the next round 5, 6, 7, he was out. I'm not trying to get caught with that punch again. Shout out to Foxy in the chat. He said Munguia gave it a go to be fair to him, but as soon as Canelo dropped him, I think he realized he couldn't win. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Later on in the second half, he picked it back up, but he definitely toned it down once he got knocked down. He's like, hold up, I gotta really tighten this shit up. But yeah, I give him props too. This was kind of like a win-win for Munguia because he's that type of fighter. Like he's still coming up. This was his biggest test.
yeah.
And you saw a little bit like, okay, this kid's got some skills. But and I can see what Dixon's saying. Even though he's a little older, like that Mayweather fight with Canelo was like when Canelo was like what 22, 23.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
really good experience for Munguia.
Yeah, and as Dixon's saying, Crawford was actually the one I saw right after the fight.
I'd love to see that fight, bro, man.
Yeah, he said he let him off the hook or
People are still complaining about it.
Yeah.
Like what? So arguably, almost a lot of people out there have Crawford as pound for pound king. Besides, in a way,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hear no crying. Like Crawford's a big dude, and remember Canelo's small, bro.
Well,
He's fighting at 168.
That was,
That's the
so
thing.
that was my thing when they were in the ring. The first round, I'll be honest, that's when I was like, man,
He's huge, bro.
I don't know
McGill's
if he's
huge.
I don't think he's gonna get I was worried about the KO then because against Bivol, obviously he was undersized 175. I was like, man, Munguia looks big in there, and just can't say much more than
I'd love to see that fight, and I mean, obviously, I still gotta dig in a lot if that fight happens and do a lot of shit, but. I mean, Dirty Reg, you can't put that out the picture, bro. I know. I do think he Canelo could have got the KO, but he really didn't want to, I guess. But remember, everybody gets twisted. Like everybody's saying about NOA getting dropped now. Oh, he's not the pound for pound king. I'm like, bro, y'all forget. Mean Machine knocked down Crawford, and he got buzzed a couple times in other fights bad, like Bambi legs. So let's not discredit just because But I don't know. Yeah, it'll be a great matchup because Canelo's chin is fucking ridiculous, and Crawford's two counter. It might be boring in the beginning though. What you think? Two counter boxers.
yeah, but
It'll start slow.
Yeah, but I think Canelo would go after him.
Yeah, I think it'll start slow, but once round 4 hits around there, then. But Crawford, bro, I don't know, man.
We gotta
see.
Yeah, we gotta see how he looks in August.
Yeah, I want to see. Like, we gotta find out what weight class.
'Cause
What's
he's
the
moving up
line?
to-
Obviously, the line's important. I want to see that.
Yeah, he's
So-
moving up to 154. Canelo, I assume it would have to be at least like 164. I doubt it'd be 160. I'd be shocked if Canelo wasn't the favorite if that fight happened, though.
I mean, Dirty Ray, I've never said knockdown and KO are the same things, bro. I'm pushing it on my mouth. No Diddy. I'm just saying that chin got tested. I've never seen Canelo like that. So don't. I mean, in that type of fight, anything could happen. Fuck, who knows? But we'll see. If we even see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a ways away. Although I do like what these Saudi guys are doing. They're
Dude, I love it.
Yeah. They're forcing the fights, basically.
They got the money for it, though. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll pay up, make these fights happen. They got the tournament coming up, all this stuff, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it'll be a good thing, whatever happens, because obviously can't make the fights till the fights do happen. Swig Bets put it in the chat if you guys could. PUBSPORTSRadio.com. We do have a UFC contest. Looks like he got up early this week. UFC, I already forgot, St. Louis. I was going to say Vegas.
Yeah.
UFC St. Louis, Derek Lewis, Rodrigo Nascimento UFC contest is up on PUBSPORTSRadio.com. If you enter your picks and you get first, you get a $100 cash prize. That being said, we can go to, I guess we can touch on the Inoue fight because that just happened. I don't have the banner made, but Inoue gets it done round 6, I believe. Knocks out Luis Neri in Japan. Danny, thoughts on Inoue? Where does he go from here? I saw Dirty Rag was suggesting Tank.
Dude, like Inoue's, for me, he's the pound for pound king. Crawford's a real super close second. Like it doesn't matter. One of those two are number one, like hands down. For me, only reason why is because Inoue became undisputed in 2 different weight classes way quicker than Crawford. Motherfucker did it in 1 year in like 10 months. Like, and now look, the top 5 guys in this weight class that he just got up here, he already knocked out 3 of them. Mm-hmm. He's only got 2 more left. Like, the dude's is cleaning up. Like, it's crazy. And he got tested in this one, and I like that. I like seeing adversity, just like we saw with Crawford before Canelo. The greats. You always see some adversity. You're not gonna be perfect. It's fighting. He got knocked down quick. If you don't know about Neri is legit, bro. Dude's a brawler in there. One of the best fights I've seen was his last fight before this one with Hasavian. I think that's his last name. How you say it? Go check that fight out. That shit was a fucking brawl. It's crazy. But yeah, in a way, guy in his back survived. And after that, this is how you know this dude's special, bro. It was just like the next round, he was like, he got himself back, started piecing him up to the point that he got his swag back. He's toying with him. He's like, come on, let's go. Like, and then you can see that's how you know you break somebody's mental game. Like, this is a lot of mental game too. And he was fucking him up with anything he wanted, bro. Like, body shots, that right hand was landing bad. Like, it was just bad, and it was a matter of time. He knocked him down a couple times, and then he finished him with that crazy right hand, bro. And if you look at it, it didn't even look like he put a lot on it. But you hear it. You hear it. It's like, bah! Yeah. I'm like, shit. And I was telling P, like, if you guys don't know, if you follow me from way back in the day or whatever, but one of my good friends, he was a boxer. He retired already, but he fought Inoue the first time Inoue came to the United States. Nobody wanted to fight him, so he took him short notice. It was somewhere in California, and Inoue got him out in 6 rounds. But anytime my buddy fights, I always look into. I'm a boxing head, so I'm always looking up fights. I didn't know about him. This was years ago, so I looked him up, and I'm like, I look at my wife, and I'm like, yeah, my boy is pretty much fucked. This guy is fucking legit. Like, he is good. I didn't think he was gonna be like this. I knew he was good. He had like legit power and shit. But man, this kid is special, man. Like, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Dude's legit. Now he might fight MJ Akhmadov. I want to see that fight. They're talking about Sam Goodman. Either way, they're both top 5, so he'll smoke them too, in my opinion. But yeah. How about you, P? What you think?
Yeah, no disagreement here. I think Inoue is the best boxer in the world for sure. Just the power he generates from his size and height is insanity, and he's just rolling over top tier guys. What he did to Nonito Donaire in the rematch, and then following that moves up, murders Fulton. I know that was another fight that people wanted Fulton to win, and
I got so much shit for that.
Yeah, and
like,
he killed
people was
Fulton,
talking so much. Oh, he ain't gonna knock him out. You're crazy. He's never fought African American. I'm like, what? The fuck's that gonna do?
Yeah,
I don't care who he's fighting, bro.
Yeah, no, I like, it's not like a race thing, but I do think if he was like an American, he'd get a lot more.
Bro, and not only that, smaller weight class. People don't respect these guys that are smaller weight class. I keep telling people these are the best fucking fights. Like, because they're more. It's like UFC. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, heavyweights or whatever get away with just power, being fucking unathletic. More skills are in the lower weight classes.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming back soonish, right in June. Bam Rodriguez.
That's another guy.
Yeah, so he'll be back as well, which should be very exciting.
Bam, please stay away from Inoue, bro. Don't even get any.
No, he'd have to. Yeah, he'd have
don't get ideas. I don't know, man. I gotta take my boy Inoue in that one if that happens. But I'd love to see it though. Real quick, Dixon. Yeah, I'm actually 35, my guy. I got a 4-year-old too.
Yeah.
Foxy said Inoue got around 10 mil for the Neri fight, making crazy money in Japan. Yeah, Foxy, he makes that every time. If I'm not mistaken, every time I see him fight in Japan, it's 10, 12 mil. That's why people are going over there. Like, Fulton got the bag, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Fulton made a ton of money that he ever had in other fights over here. That's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, why in Japan? I'm like, because he's a god over there. They're going to give him all that money.
Yeah, and really, why would you want to leave? Like, you would.
Yeah, it's just for marketing and stuff. I do want, because people still don't know who he is. Like we said, lower weight class, keeps fighting Japan. A lot of people don't know him still. But
so that being said, we can move on to this week. This week we have a very exciting main event matchup as Vasyl Lomachenko takes on George Kambosos Jr. Current odds at our favorite book, mybookie.ag, have Lomachenko -800, comeback on Kambosos +500, round prop over under 10.5, heavily juiced to the over. KO prop Loma +300, Kambosos decision, which would probably be the only way he wins the fight, +800. Danny, thoughts on the fight and the matchup, and how do you see it going down?
Real quick, Dirty Ray. Well, you could call me a puppy. It is what it is. I look younger than I am, but I've been watching boxing since I was a little kid with my uncles and my dad. And if you know me, I'm like a boxing head. Like, I've been watching Duran, Benitez back in the day, like before my time. Like, I just love the sport, so. It is what it is, but it was crazy back then. Obviously, Hagler and all the famous fights.
Well, what was good was the fights were on ABC.
Yeah.
You could watch Sugar Ray Leonard.
It's a whole different time, though. No,
yeah.
I wonder. Like, I always wonder back then. I'm pretty sure those channels, they didn't even get like shit. Like, you know how here they gotta have contracts with different promotions,
right?
Everybody's fighting for the bid and all that type of stuff. We didn't have that back then.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I even agree with what Dixon was saying when De La Hoya, Tito, Roy Jones.
That was. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was one of my favorites because I'm Puerto Rican, but yeah, that time was lit too. Like, yeah, every era, like in boxing, always had those top fighters or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to this fight, Kambosos. All right, so I had Kambosos in a parlay. I'm ashamed to say it, in a parlay with actually Inoue, I think it was by knockout, if I remember right. And he fought Maxie Hughes, and it went to decision. And Maxie Hughes is a southpaw guy, from overseas. I think he's from Australia too, isn't he, or something like that?
Yeah.
And he lost that fight. Like, for me, a lot of us, if you watch that fight, Maxie Hughes won that fucking fight. And I had a bet on Kambosos, and I'm like, oh my God, they robbed the fuck out of this dude. Not like a close fight. You know me, when I say robbery, it's like, I don't use that word a lot, but they robbed Maxie Hughes out of that fight. And I remember breaking this fight down, and I should have known better because Kambosos has not fought a southpaw since, like, the beginning of his career, like way back in the day. And Maxie Hughes was a southpaw, kind of negative. It's kind of hard to find your rhythm against those guys because they're like playing it safe but picking you apart slowly, off the back foot, stuff like that. He had a hard time with the footwork, bro. Like, he couldn't. When you're fighting a southpaw, you gotta stay away from his left hand. So you gotta have your outer foot against his, right lined up with his, or on the outside, not on the inside. This motherfucker had it in the inside. Like, this is like boxing one-on-one when you're fighting a southpaw. So that let me know that he really didn't have no experience. I don't know what the hell he was doing in camp. Maybe he didn't have no southpaws.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna fight Lomachenko. That's a fucking people forget. Like this dude's the Matrix for a reason. We know he fought with Haney, close ass fight. A lot of people thought he won that fight. The dude was crying backstage because that was a dream of his. All the belts and stuff like that. And he took some time off. And I think obviously I'm picking Lomachenko on this one. His footwork is ridiculous. If you had trouble with Maxie Hughes, southpaw, this is levels above Maxie Hughes. I think we're gonna have a chip on his shoulder with Lomachenko. And remember, that fight with Maxie Hughes and Kambosos, that was for a belt. He won that belt, and this is for a vacant belt, IBF belt. So this is for another belt. I don't know if the other one's on the line. It might be both, hopefully. But Loma, I know this is in Australia. If you follow me on Twitter, I usually wait till after the show, post my pick or bet. So you guys could tune in, motherfuckers. But I got Lomachenko because the line's going down. It was 7-12 KO plus 500. It was at 600, and I just missed it literally. I was finishing up some tape study, and then when I checked, it went down to 500. I know it's been a long time since he had a KO. He could have had one easily with Kami, but he was talking to the ref like, dude, stop this. He was beating his ass that bad. I think Kambosos is gonna have a really hard time anywhere this fight goes. Like footwork, superior is Lomachenko. Hand speed, Lomachenko. Southpaw, experience, yes, Lomachenko. Like I don't see how Kambosos wins this fight. And bro, I see minus 600, 700. That's parlay with everything, in my opinion. I think there's a chance that he gets a late stoppage because he's gonna be pissing him off, but like just piecing him up left and right with these pivots and the angles he takes, and those are the shots that hurt the most because you don't see him. It's gonna be more like a TKO. He'll probably drop Kambosos late and then hurt him on the feet really bad against the ropes, and I see the ref stepping in. You're in Australia. You arguably won the fight against Haney, but got robbed. In my opinion, it was close. I thought Haney won, but it could have went either way for real. And you're going to Australia for another belt? Come on, man. You're trying to look for that KO and make sure you make a statement and have no doubt that I won this fucking fight. Give me my belt. I don't care if I'm in Australia or not. I'm about to piece this guy up and get him out of there. At plus 500, I got to take it. I'm not laying juice like 100. I think it's minus 175 for decision. I think we get the older, maybe not the prime Lomachenko, but the old Lomachenko that they called on the Matrix for a reason, making people quit or getting these TKOs, man. And he makes a statement on Saturday, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice where the KO is, even just the plain KOs, I think, over plus 300, which is nice. Obviously, it's tough to go back to after last week with what we saw. Granted,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Granted.
This ain't no max, but I put 2 units. I was thinking about just one, but I like the $100 to win 500. So
yeah,
that's good.
But yeah, I agree with you. Canelo with Lomachenko, granted, it's hindsight, but if we could just parlay the money line, we had a boatload of cash to dump.
Yeah.
I don't think you're scared to death because Kambosos has nothing over Lomachenko in this fight. He has zero advantage to me. He doesn't have the size, isn't really the speed. It's not even close. The power is not close. Just the boxing ability. I think Lomachenko is up there skill-wise with the best of the best. He's just gotten a bad deal, like a raw deal in his career where the fights never got made, or when they got made, they were late. Then he didn't get the decisions, blah, blah, blah. And he, is just kind of shitty with what happened to him. But if he does get him out of there, as you say or hope, I think he's due for that massive, massive payday. And I think he does deserve it. But yeah, for a bet, this is a very tough fight for me to bet because, like you said, we haven't really seen him get anyone out of there in a while. And I think Kambosos has been, he's very he's going to grab him a lot this fight. Like it's like for him to even make it close is to make it like a dirty, like crappy fight.
Yeah, good luck when he's hitting you with the different angles and pivots.
Well, that's the thing.
It's totally different.
Yeah, I hope Loma goes to the body a lot, and then the ref lets him fight inside and out
Yeah.
to where the ref doesn't. Yeah, because I thought the ref in the Canelo fight was doing a little much with that, where he was like breaking him off, like when Canelo was getting him on, and then he kept saying like head. Where I was like,
Yeah, I did see that. That was more because of Munguia. But
yeah, so, but if the ref lets him fight inside, I think inside's where Loma's really gonna kill him, like with uppercuts and just I agree. And from what I'm seeing online, it's looking like the line, like the money line, is gonna drop like it did in the Canelo fight, because people like like the big plus money, like chasing a score.
yeah.
I have. This is like a 95%. Like
they see it's in Australia too, so you're like,
yeah, but it's Lomachenko's gonna win.
No, I'm just giving them excuses, but I don't see it either.
Yeah.
But you see these casuals like I didn't even talk about that, but like, Kambosos beat Teofimo, and we see Teofimo so good,
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I was a whole Teofimo was sleeping on this dude. He almost died before the fight, which we didn't know till afterwards, which sucked. And he still almost lost that fight. Got knocked down late. Teofimo picked it up late or whatever, and but Kambosos did win that fight, but like it was definitely was not the right Teofimo.
Yeah, and like you alluded to earlier, he looked horrible against Maxi Hughes. Maxi Hughes is not a top, fighter at all, and he looked.
We saw Haney obviously twice.
Yeah, that's regret 101 right there. Was the Haney decision was free money. So I wish we could go back to that. Yeah, I don't mind the KO. I'd have to see 7-12, like that makes sense, but I hate getting like burned on like round props and then them like winning.
Yeah, I just thought it was value because I think that line should be like 325, 300. KO is like plus 250, 2 something. I really think it's gonna be late. All his KOs are late, and I mean, if you think it, 1-6 is like plus 1,000. So,
yeah, Loma doesn't have like that devastating, like one shot, like power. Yeah,
no. The only way he wins this fight is by a robbery, in my opinion. That's the only way he wins that fight. And like, I don't even think it would be. I guarantee you, it will be a robbery because I really don't think this fight's gonna be close.
Yeah, no, my only, like I said, Kambosos is gonna have to really muddy the fight up.
Yeah,
and because on the outside, skill for skill, it's not.
Yeah, I give him three rounds, maybe 4 max. Like not, and that's like pushing it. Like I don't really think there's no way he wins 7 rounds in my opinion against someone. Yeah, Foxy. Go ahead, P.
No, I was just gonna say, I like the money line is playable, especially if it keeps coming down.
Yeah, Dixon, me too, bro. Even though I hedged a little bit, I didn't even put it out there 1-6. But if you would have got him out in the 7th, oh my god, I would have won $1,700. I still won like overall. I won like 12, but with all the bets I had. But yeah. Oh, and to answer your question, Dixon, no, I didn't put that parlay out there. I did put my bets. I put 5-8, and I put the underdog that hit. But yeah, I need to start doing that again. It's just every time I put parlays, these like people, you know how Twitter is, man. They be talking shit and whatever. So I get petty, and I'm like, okay. So when I do hit, I'm gonna rub it on y'all face, and then you're gonna be telling me to put the parlays back on. That's just me being petty though.
Yeah, I think we're in pretty much locked up agreement here with best bet will be. I'll take the KO. I'll just take the straight KO. I don't mind the 7-12. I just don't like because I don't want a juice price on a bet and then to lose that. Like if Canelo KO was say minus 250 last week, I would have taken the
Yeah.
decision. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I did that with Canelo. I'm like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen late. But it was plus 210 already. But round 7 and 12 was like 300. It was literally like this one for me is a little bit more bigger odds.
Yeah, and then Foxy bringing up the last early KO for Loma was against. I think
Yeah, literally. Like I really don't see a first half KO. I mean, you never know, but it's gonna take because he usually does start slow, which that's what screws him. In some of these fights, like he's Tiafimo when he fought.
He
Tiafimo.
lost like the first 6 rounds.
Yeah, dude. Like same thing with Haney a little bit, and then at the end, round 12. So I think we get the best Loma here in a while, bro. In my opinion.
Yeah, I have no disagreement there. I think Lomachenko rolls and for sure gets the win. Hopefully, he gets the win. KO 7-12. Anything you want to touch on, Danny, before we close it out here? And next week we have the big Usyk Fury fight.
Yeah, I might be putting a bet out there for that fight early. So check me out on Twitter at Denny Bets. Yeah, I hear you guys, Dixon. I'll be sure to put those parlays out, man, next time. And yeah, winner circle for sure. Those, I laugh. I always keep receipts because I got this little thing now. Like, and on this episode, don't be that guy. And then I'll put the screenshot and make fun of him. But yeah, my favorite bet for this one is 7-12 for Lomachenko plus 500. I wish I could have got it at plus 600, but I still like plus 500 for 2 units. I think there's a good chance, man. He gets it, he gets some out of here late. As long as, like you were saying, bro, it's hard to predict because we don't know. But, like, as long as we don't get screwed by the ref, he's whooping his ass, knocks him down again, hurts him. And the ref is just, like, giving him 10 chances. Like, bro, stop this fight. You know what I mean? Something like that. Which could happen, hopefully not. But yeah, I like Loma late in this one, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Foxy is asking any decent fights on the undercard. I'll be honest, Foxy, I didn't even look at the undercard.
Not really. I was looking at. I still got to study a couple of them, like 2 of them. I might have like 2 bets. There's this chick fight that I'm looking at. It's you could tell I'm just a boxing like. I should not be betting on that one, but I like the underdog. I'm gonna look more into it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll probably just do Loma KO. I like that quite a bit. Then next week, like I said, we have Usyk versus Fury. Should be a great fight. Fortunately, we got the news. Beterbiev got hurt, so that fight will get postponed. Fight's cursed. But Bivol will remain on the card, which is.
I wonder who he's got to fight, though. They didn't say who, right? Or rumors?
They did. It's an undefeated European. Like, I forget.
Oh, I didn't even see.
Yeah, I don't know the guy's Wednesday Light 3 card. I didn't know what that is.
Yeah, the ones I be like.
Oh, the Pro Box?
Yeah, Pro Box TV. I've been laying off. I haven't really seen something that I like, and this one I gotta dig into it a little bit, but it's not looking. It's Sergey Lepinets and
okay.
Davies. So that's a tough one right there, but we'll see. I might just skip it. We'll see.
Yeah. Then, like Dixon said, if you guys could please leave a like, drop a comment down below with your action, your pick. Let us know. Talkin Hands. Let us know Loma KO decision. Love to hear from you guys. Mills with some rat beef in the chat here. And Dixon, we did see unfortunate news for that.
Yeah, bro. That's just sad as hell.
Yeah, hate to hear about that. I know Just Bleed was with he did some stuff with Brady. I know before that he did stuff with Nick and Mo and the crew. So unfortunate, much too young. Hopefully his family can get through it. I did see he had a daughter as well.
Facts.
That will be it for us guys. We'll see you guys next week. And yeah, like I said, rest in peace to Just Bleed. That'll be it. Peace, guys.